Hey everybody, this is Kyle. I'm trying not to startle my cat away. I just woke him up. I'll play an original song for you. And this is my song Could Be Why, and I do have an extra camera hanging on my guitar here, so it does kind of get in the way a little bit, but not a whole lot. I see everything I wanna be. I want to be by your side. Hold your hand, take everything in stride. Go ahead and ask, you know the answer. You know the reason could be why. Answer. You know the reason could be why. I'll never leave in times of trouble. In good times I'll do my best to give you thrills. Show you the best of all you can imagine. Share your dreams, celebrate every win. Go ahead and ask, you know the answer. You know the reason could be why. Go ahead and ask, you know the answer. You know the reason could be why. In my heart you find beauty. Take the lead, my every fantasy. I stand on my hand and held out for you. Grab a hold of me, let's start the future. Go ahead and ask, you know the answer. You know the reason could be why. Go ahead and ask, you know the answer. You know the reason could be why. I haven't played the bridge part in a long time. And as I was playing it, I did forget the introduction. My cat came in on one take and kept going between my feet until he distracted me. But, you know, that's why you have cats around. So I restarted the take and my fingers started to play the bridge. And I was thinking, I have no idea how the intro to this song goes anymore. And I never play the bridge. I almost never do it. Whenever I loop this song, that bridge section, I just cut out and keep the little vamp between the chorus and the verse. And at the end of the song, that's kind of a fun thing to jam on. The story behind the song is funny. My day job, I'm a teacher, and in a high school class, I have freshmen up to seniors in one classroom. And one day, a freshman was having a bad day and was complaining about something high school drama related, where someone said something and got exaggerated and just snowballed. So as the freshman was explaining the situation, a senior came in. And the senior was in no mood to put up with what the freshman was doing. The senior said, "Hey, look, why do you ask the questions if you already know the answer? Maybe that's why." Something along those lines. And it was so sarcastic. I just loved it. I love that idea. And I thought, how can I take that idea and turn it into a song? And of course, as a songwriter, your go-to topic is some sort of love song. So I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool to have a love story that is positive and trying to, build something up. And the chorus of the song, the main message is letting someone know, go ahead and ask. You already know the answer, meaning, do I like you? Am I in love with you? Do I care about you? Do I want a life with you? All those questions that you would ask in a relationship situation. I was thinking of all that stuff. I didn't want to be specific because I wanted people to be able to go, hey, remember that time I said this to you? Because usually in relationships, every couple have something special, have their little inner joke or their own little story. I wanted something universal, and having a question like that was a way to get around being overly specific in a story context. Part of the musical idea for the song comes from when I used to give guitar lessons a lot, and you cover chords and things and learn how to play songs. And then when we got to something more technical and started to work on scales and playing notes in between playing chords and things, people would always ask, what's something I can do to practice? What's something I can combine these elements? And actually, how I start the song, I'm on a B flat chord and I'm just noodling around in B flat major scale. So there's no like big grand scheme like I'm playing these notes to make this musical message. No, it was pretty much a practice routine for combining chords and scales, because I showed people, hey, as you're playing this chord, we can use this scale, and how movable chord shapes can interact with movable scale shapes. And of course, then, in a guitar lesson setting, talk about modality. It's like, well, hey, with this chord, you can go to these scales and different things. When I wrote the bridge, I didn't think about it being in 3/4 time or being set up different. I was trying to take the musical idea from the introduction and reuse that and expand upon it. At this time in my songwriting, I didn't write a whole lot of bridge sections with lyrics. I oftentimes would write instrumental bridge sections and try to think about how can I musically reinforce the story, reinforce some of the melodic ideas and things like that. So I took some of the noodling I was doing in the introduction, and in my mind I was thinking, well, I'll just shorten it. I'll make the phrases shorter, move them around a little bit. And whenever I went to record it, it was in 4/4 time in the session. And I kept thinking, it's like, wait a second, am I playing in, is this 3/4 time? It was so funny because I didn't realize it. And when I played the song before I started to loop it and use the looper a lot when I performed, if people were sitting in with me, because this B flat is a pretty simple song to play and follow along with. It's funny, I remember someone had a cajon, and as we're doing this, I had that Jack Johnson kind of vibe, and they had a break beat on cajon that, lots of people do. And as I finish up the second chorus, I'm like, all right, 3/4 time. And the look on the cajon player's face was like, what? And so they just would hit the one beat, smack. And I know that wasn't right in time what my metaphorical smacking. When performing the song with a looper, I play the introduction, but I don't loop it. I start the loop on the verse and have the verse, the chorus, and that vamp section. If I'm background music Kyle, what I'll do is play the intro, loop the verse and chorus and vamp break without singing. And then I'll start singing and do the first verse and the chorus, and then as I'm playing that, I'll get the bass ready, and I'll start recording the bass on the break section. And if I'm really, really background and people are eating or doing something and I'm just there to provide some ambiance, I will probably just play bass instead of singing the second verse. And after I cut the bass layer, then I'll sing the second verse and the chorus. And I'm looking at my notes here, if you're wondering, it's like, why is he doing that? What's he looking at? It's like, I'm looking at the song. Then after the second chorus, I will take a solo, play guitar a little bit, try to mimic the melody of the verse as I solo over the verse section, something like that. This song is pretty laid back, you know, it has a real chill vibe to it. So go on, you know, just doing some shredding or blues murder with the guitar wouldn't really fit the feeling or tone of the song. If I'm in a situation where, you know, songwriter spotlight, something like that, I want solo. I'll play the introduction on guitar, and as I start the loop on the verse, I will sing along as I play. In a songwriter spotlight, showcase, whatever type setting, I don't want to take an extra minute. Hey, watch me play guitar for a little bit, or hey, watch me put a bass loop or bass layer on. So as always, if you see something creative online, make sure you hit that like button, because that helps everybody doing something creative online and helps just keep art coming through. And if you like this video, like it, share it, comment, and do all those types of things. As I'm planning video for the year, I have lots of different ideas for topics on between weeks of when I post original music. So if you have something, some questions, some ideas, you see the stuff behind me, that's already a planned video to give you a little tour of my nerd stuff. But if you have some ideas for topics, please let me know too.